Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Andini Sulaiman, a third semester English Literature Department student from E-Class at UIN Sunan Gunung Jati Bandung. Now I will guide you through the process of translating a paragraph from English to Indonesian. This video was made as part of the assignment for the course Indonesian to English translation taught by Mr. Andang Saihu and Mr. Forus. First of all, I want to explain the definition of translation. So, translation is the process of transferring text from one language or the source language to another language or the target language, while maintaining the original meaning, style, and nuances of the text. Translation involves not only replacing words but also understanding the cultural and linguistic context of both languages. There are various methods of translations. Peter Newmark, a prominent figure in translation studies, identified 8 translation methods. First is word-for-word translation. This method translates word by word in the same order as the source language. It is often used to understand the basic structure of the source language, but can result in awkward and unnatural text. 2 is literal translation, similar to word-for-word translation, but pays more attention to the grammatical structure of the target language. It retains the word order of the source language as much as possible. 3 is faithful translation, aims to reproduce the precise contextual meaning of the original text within the constraints of the target language's grammatical structure. 4 is semantic translation, similar to faithful translation but more flexible in handling connotative meanings and cultural nuances. It focuses on the meaning rather than the form. 5 is adaptation translation, often used for plays, poetry, and advertising. It prioritizes the target language and tends to modify the original text to achieve the same effect in the target culture. 6 is free translation, prioritizes content and meaning over the original form. The resulting translation may differ significantly in structure but aims to preserve the core meaning of the search text. 7 is idiomatic translation, seeks to convey the meaning of the search text using idiomatic expressions common in the target language. It focuses on naturalness and readability. 8 is communicative translation, emphasizes conveying the message and effect intended in the source text. It is often used for informative and instructive text. So, the text we will translate is taken from the short story The Doll's House by Catherine Mansfield. This paragraph describes how Pat opens the doll's house and the excitement he sees the inside of the house. He feels when he sees the inside of the house. So before we get into the translations process, it is important to understand the types of sentences present in the text. First is simple sentence, a sentence that consists of one subject and one predicate. Simple sentences are used to convey basic information or a single action. They are easy to understand and are commonly used in everyday communication. For example, in the story is the hook at the side was stuck fast. The sentence is simple because it has only one subject, the hook, and one predicate was stuck fast. That's predicate. Two is compound sentence. A sentence consisting of two or more independent clauses connected by a coordinating conjunction such as and, but, or. Compound sentences are used to connect ideas that are equal or related. They help convey the relationship between two actions or events that occur simultaneously or sequentially. For example, in this sentence is in this story is Pat pried it open with his penknife, and the whole house swung back, and there you were, gazing at one and the same moment into the drawing room and dining room, the kitchen, and two bedrooms. The sentence is compound because it consists of several independent clauses connected by the conjunction and. Three is a complex sentence. A sentence consisting of one independent clause and one or more dependent clauses connected by subordinating conjunctions such as because, although, or when. Complex sentences are used to show deeper relationships between ideas such as cause and effect, a time, condition, or contrast. They help convey more detailed information and nuanced relationships. For example, in this story, perhaps it is the way God opens houses at the dead of night when he is taking a quiet turn with an angel. This sentence is complex because it has one independent clause. Perhaps it is the way God opens houses at the dead of night, and one dependent clause when he is taking a quiet turn with an angel. So next I wanna explain of the translation process. The first step in the translation process is to understand the context and meaning of the original text. After that, we can choose the appropriate translations method and technique. In this case, I use several translations methods and techniques. One, literal method. The reason I choose this method because the literal method was chosen for simple sentences because this structure or no because these sentences usually have a straightforward structure and do not require idiomatic or structural adjustments. By translating word for word, we can maintain the accuracy of the original meaning without significantly changing the sentence structure. For example, the hook at the side was stuck fast. Translated to, kait di sampingnya macet. The sentence is simple and direct, so the literal method is very effective. Two is idiomatic technique or method. The reason I choose this method because the idiomatic technique was chosen for a compound sentences because these sentences often contain idioms or expressions that cannot be translated literally. This technique allows the translator to adapt the idiom or expression to make it more natural in the target language, while retaining the original meaning. For example, Pat pried it open with his penknife, and the whole house swung back, and there you were, gazing at one and the same moment into the drawing room and dining room, the kitchen, and two bedrooms. Translated to, Pat membukanya dengan pisau lipatnya dan seluruh rumah terbuka, dan di sana Anda berada menatap pada saat yang sama ke ruang tamu dan ruang makan, dapur, dan dua kamar tidur. Idiomatic techniques help make this translation more natural and understandable. So the three is dynamic techniques. The reason I choose this technique Dynamic techniques are chosen for complex sentences because these sentences often have more complicated structures and require adjustments to make them more natural in the target language. The dynamic method in translation usually refers to communicative translations. This method focuses on conveying the meaning and message of the source text in a natural and comprehensible way in the target language, even if it means sacrificing the original structure or wording of the source text. For example, perhaps it is the way God opens houses at the dead of night when he is taking a quiet turn with an angel. Translates to, mungkin itulah cara Tuhan membuka rumah di tengah malam ketika dia berjalan-jalan dengan malaikat. Dynamic techniques allow the translator to keep the nuances and meaning of the original while adjusting the sentence structure to make it more natural in the target language. In conclusion, overall, translation is a process that requires skill, knowledge, and attention to detail. By using various translation methods and techniques, we can produce accurate and natural translations that remain faithful to the meaning and nuances of the original text. This process allows us to bridge language and cultural gaps and enrich our understanding of the world through literature. A good translation not only conveys the original meaning but also retains the nuances and emotion that the author wanted to convey. Choose translations plays an important role in enriching our understanding of the world and different cultures. So that's all from me. Sorry if there is a mistake on my pronunciation or on my explanation. I hope it was useful and help you understand more about the translation process. See you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.